Hey, what's going on? It's time for another world building update, I guess. Very late April update this time. It's been super busy trying to get some stuff done, but yeah, I'm starting over here in the 3D printing area because this is probably the most clean and organized it's been in a very long time. 3D printing is messy, I guess, or at least it's messy if you're kind of a messy person. You got some clutter. I don't know, still working on printing that Jabba sail barge. That's like most of the steps and the grates and stuff. Got a couple of packages that I got to, or a couple of things I finished printing. I have to ship them from the States. Like, it's been crazy here in Canada for shipping rates and tax and like all the new crazy crap that they're all putting on everything. So yeah, it's pretty wild. I actually have to now, if I want to ship anything out of the country, I have to send a form to some government faction to get permission to send a package out of the country with Canada Post. So I have to pretty much use FedEx for everything, and it's like they're super expensive, of course, the fuel prices, all sorts of excuses that they use to crank up the prices on everything. But anyways, enough of that crap. I was going to show off this new Mandalorian dio tonight. I do have a couple. If you want to just see the tours without me yapping about the breakdown of the dioramas and stuff like that, you can skip to this time on the screen right now. But I had a major catastrophe here. Well, not a catastrophe. It was like a good thing. So we got this new kitten, and she decided she was going to go on a rampage through this diorama specifically. I don't know how she did it, but she knocked down like pretty much every single figure on the lower level. Oh, and there's Ripley playing on the floor. Speak of the devil. You made a mess, didn't you? So that's the new kitty. That's Ripley. All right, back to the video. But a lot of it is still intact. Most of the upper levels, I guess. But yeah, so I'm going to work on getting that set back up. I'm going to add a few more things to it. But I'll get to this diorama for the next video update. It'll be a lot sooner than this one was. It's just kind of life gets in the way sometimes. But yeah, all sorts of custom Mandos in this setup. Tons of them. I don't know. I'll get them all set back up, I swear. So yeah, that's about it for that one. But yeah, the ones I'm going to show off tonight. Well, not tonight. Yeah, whatever. It is night, I guess, sort of. Anyways, yeah, so the ones I'm going to show off tonight, I'm going to show off this Tatooine one that I've been working on. I'm going to add some, like, cliffs and rocks to make it kind of look like it's, like, built into the side of a cliff and there's a cave underneath. All that fun stuff. Definitely not the Jedi Temple. It's an absolute mess, too. But, yeah, that's what you get. But new kitten in the house, so she's got to, like, learn all the ins and outs. But the main one will be this, I kind of redid this Imperial or Sith Empire diorama. So I'll be showing that one off. But yeah, I'll kind of get into just what everything is in here. I got a lot of requests where people want complete breakdowns of, like, what I used, I guess. But, I don't know, it might be boring. If not, like I said, you can skip to this time just to start the tour. But anyways, so this actually started out as like a much more ambitious project. So this main part down here, so this floor, the upper floor in there, and out to the front here. And then you can see there's kind of a point that I cut on there. So originally that was supposed to be like, I was going to do like close to scale 1/18th like Star Destroyer, like kind of a cross sectional one. But then when I started kind of like mapping it out, it was just like, it was going to be absolutely colossal. So I decided just to start building an Imperial base from that. So that was my like starting point. I put this thing up on the table and then just kind of went out from there. Like then I added this upper floor here, and that's just plywood. And these are those, I don't know if you have like a Habitat for Humanity, or you can even find them in dumpsters sometimes or for renovation. That's a tool they use to like kind of, I think, align tile in the shower. I don't know, I haven't done much tiling in my life. So I did use that for a little railing. It's a bit low, but it's very suiting for the Imperial look. I use it as uprights as well. So that's all that is, and then it goes all the way down the front. But most of this is just plywood. I think this part with the two AT-ATs, that's an old tabletop, and then of course I've got my black and white striped tape that I use for off Amazon. It's just great for landing pads, that kind of stuff. And then in the control room here, I just got some items that I printed out on the computer, some screens. This set is actually from, it's a Star Trek bridge set, but you know, whatever, makes a great kind of command center sort of deal. And then over here, you've probably seen it in past videos if you watched it, but that's just an old light cover. And as soon as I saw it at the thrift store, I just was like, oh, that so looks like an Imperial window. So that's how I end up with that. And then same with the upper decks here. It's just plywood. I just kind of put it up on top of these walls. And then the thing that the TIE Fighter's in, that's actually from, it's the outside cage around an air purifier. So that's what that is. And then again, lots of plywood up here. These are all like just cut-offs. Things I just find laying around. It's not like I'm going out and buying a brand new sheet of plywood to cut up into smaller rectangles. It's just kind of silly. But anyways, yeah. And then this, like, I always, someone's throwing out a glass table or one breaks, or, you know, it's like, I always pick up the glass tops whenever I find them, or sometimes you can just find panes of glass at like Habitat for Humanity or dumpsters or whatever, you know what I mean? And then that, I think Zilla gave me this giant shield generator that somebody 3D printed for him. I'm not sure if that was last time I was there. I think it was the Georgia trip, but anyways, more of that yellow tape. And then these things here are actually, that's a failed print. So that was actually the tail of a Halo Pelican. And the print failed like almost when it was like right before it was done, of course. So I just saved that. And then I had a second attempt fail. So I've got that too. So I just 3D printed these doors and glued them in there. Did like some half-ass weathering on it. Sometimes too, when I'm building my dials, I just kind of like, you know, sort of get something done, put it in there, and then my intention is to revisit it at some point, and I typically do, but, like, I mean, it'll probably be, like, months or, like, a year before I get back to, like, actually weathering that properly. And then the Emperor, the thing that the Emperor is on in here, it's just at the bottom off of that same air purifier I used for that, got that cage from. Actually, there's quite a few parts of that thing throughout my whole Star Wars dio. And then, well, this tower here. So these are just spools for, I guess, house wiring or something came on those. So I rescued those. Glass shelves, of course. You can put them in between. And then, yeah, it goes down here. So that's two of those. A glass shelf. And then on top here, that's the door off of an old, I think a washer. So it's just plastic, big plastic circle. It's kind of like, you know, darkened nude or whatever they call that, like tinted. And then, yeah, lots of dust. I don't know. I actually don't mind, like, in certain, well, he went for a dip. I'll have to fix him before the main tour. Yeah, I don't mind a little bit of dust. And this dio, for some reason, the spiders love, so I got cobwebs. It's great in a setup like, say, like Ewok Village or something. Like, I love having, like, the cobwebs and stuff in there. Kind of adds to it. But, yeah, I don't stress out too much about dusting stuff. Like, I move my dials around often enough that, you know, it kind of adds, like, a dirtiness or an authentic kind of, like, dusty Star Wars vibe to things. But, yeah. And then this ATST, I plan on doing a lot more. But that's like a true, like, 1/18 scale ATST, so it's the proper scale. It's actually quite a bit bigger than the Legacy one, or the biggest one we've gotten so far. But yeah, basically just plywood, building things up. I don't know. I don't really go too crazy with a plan or anything like that. I just kind of feel out what works. Well, and this thing's like these I got from a buddy Cyril. They hold they hang in the store racks and they hold like 2 packs of golf balls or something like that. So I've got them throughout other setups too. He brought me a few of them. So then they make awesome bridges. Just put a little piece of glass in there and you're all set. But yeah, other than that, what else was I gonna? Oh, the Tatooine setup. So let's go head over here to Tatooine. So underneath here, so I've got down here. So I got this shelf kind of on top of or in that other shelf there. So what I want to do is I kind of want to put like underneath, put like rocks and stuff, and I like a couple stone pillars going down to here. So I'll just kind of make it look like there's like kind of like a town. The town's part of sort of back in a cave there. And then I got my Tatooine Barbados location. I got to print some signage for that. All these chairs except for the Mando bar there. But yeah, this stuff's all 3D printed. I think I just got them off Thingiverse. Everything on Thingiverse is free. But yeah, you gotta make sure you give, I have no idea who printed these, but I should be giving them credit for creating such awesome designs. Then out here, this is just kind of the street, the front entrance. Oh yeah, Boss Hog. He's ready to party. Yeah, kind of a street scene. I've got my Jawa AT-AT here, so that's a recovered vehicle for the Jawas. So yeah, definitely. That was actually the very first video I ever posted on YouTube was the video of this walker. So that's 3 or so years ago. I haven't been on YouTube for a super long time, but long enough. And then we got Watto's Junk Shop back in there. And then this is going to be kind of like the plateau, the cliff. I'm going to move all this like Motu stuff out of the way soon. Find another home, and then the idea is to like take like this cliff idea and kind of build it up so it's like kind of a mountain going up from the desert. That's like this big, like huge, like bustling town. Some gargoyles up there. Yeah, so, and then I've got this I just made out of like some stones. I found a flat rock outside. And then all the buildings and stuff I just made out of foam. Actually, I think there's like another video like way back in the day on this channel that I think I actually did a walkthrough of how I built some of these foam buildings. There's a few back there. One over here, and I made it so they were stackable. All sorts of stuff, but yeah, I want to get this Star Wars stuff kind of tidied up because I do want to do like a full-on like room tour of like the whole place, like the whole dio anyway. But like I said, I have to get the new kitty all trained up. The G.I. Joe diorama is absolutely like devastated by the cat. She actually like ran through it, knocked a bunch of stuff over during Toy Mercs last week, I think it was. But yeah, so she's an internet star now. A couple things I forgot to kind of go over too when I was doing this. So this red fence is just, I drilled holes and ran string down through the end and then just tied it through and then tied a knot. There's that, and then, I don't know, I'm not sure what else. Oh, and then before I started 3D printing, you'll see back in there where it's all cobwebby and dusty. Those are actually like papercraft Star Wars crates from rebelscum.com. As far as I know, you can still get all that stuff there too. So it's all up there. So if you don't have a 3D printer, you can always try some papercraft. They look pretty good. But yeah, all sorts of crap in here. Like, I think that's a set of like Playmobil stairs. Got a few other things. I 3D printed this Sentinel class ship here. It's pretty cool. Another project I kind of want to get back to and do a little bit more weathering on it. Got a whole bunch of Vader TIE fighters for some reason. I don't know. They're fairly cheap actually. I don't find them to be overly expensive. But yeah, other than that, like I said, plywood, some crazy tape from Amazon, a little bit of imagination. There you go. You got yourself a Star Wars diorama. I think the next victim for the old Mega revamp is going to be this Marvel Legends setup. So I think I found this like awesome, huge like table that's like the color of like concrete. So what I want to do is I'm gonna have to like kind of take some of that down. All of this has to go. I got to take this crazy like fortress down that I built. The table goes in, and then I'm gonna start moving a lot of these buildings and like facades and stuff over there, and like kind of just start over with the old street scene. Definitely keeping Stanley's bar in there. But yeah, another setup that hasn't gotten much attention lately. Most of the figures fell over before the kitten actually got here. So definitely going to revamp that. But yeah, now I guess it's if you skip to this part of the video, here's the tour.